I'm Lauren, your sewing buddy. If this is your first time here, welcome. And today I'm doing another round of my sewing buddies, which is where I get to talk with my creative friends and they get to tell you about what they do. Again, this channel is mostly background noise for you doing your creative thing, which is why I like to hear about other people's creative things. So today I have Alex, and Alex does cooking and LARPing and crafting, and let's delve into those a little bit. So okay. Tonight you're actually cooking for us.
I am.
We are going
very
to
excited.
Fajitas. So what is it about cooking that you love so much?
You have to pick one thing. It's a lot of different things, but really what it comes down to is everybody eats. And so many people that I know either don't have the time or they haven't really developed the skills, understandable, not everybody can do everything, to feed themselves well. And that makes me sad. I believe that, eating should be an enjoyable experience. You should be able to eat food that you like, or if you have a restricted diet, as so many people that I know do, be able to eat food that doesn't make you sick. Yeah, that's a good plan. And we had to stop and check the sound there really quick. If you do hear noises in the background, that is Asher, who is also doing sort of videography for us this time. So, eating food that doesn't make people sick is really important. Like, I do have a friend out there who has an aluminum allergy, so that is really rough for... Especially for baked goods.
For anything. It's terrible. But you cook a lot of international dishes.
Yes, I do.
What is making you explore that area of cooking more?
Again, a simple question with complicated answers.
That's what we do here.
It is. I don't know. I just, part of it is because I like so many different kinds of flavors. I don't like to get stagnated in any one cuisine. Part of this is because I'm such a huge food nerd that I read books about flavor theory, and so I like to explore how different I do. There's actually a really good book called The Dorito Effect, which just lays it all out super simple. But, exploring how different cuisines approach that, or, how they just arrange different flavor profiles, even with the exact same ingredients. Like, there's Greek versus Italian versus French. You're using basically the same spices, but in such different combinations. And it's so much fun to see those differences.
So what's the weirdest flavor combination you've put together that actually turned out good?
The weirdest flavor combination that I have put together? Wow. Probably should have asked me that like yesterday.
That's okay. Just off the top of your head.
I mean, in general, it's like the opposing flavor combinations. I think a lot of people are familiar with like the sweet and salty, but I've also done things like salt and bitter or sweet and bitter, butter and coffee, butter and tea. Butter and black tea actually works really well. Huh. I guess it's because it's kind of like cream. I don't know. I
go get your bulletproof tea.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's actually a thing, isn't it?
The coffee is. I haven't heard about bulletproof tea. But...
I tried it in tea just kind of on a whim, because it's like you take one thing and you make a little modification, and who knows, maybe it'll work.
Awesome. So moving into LARP,
oh boy.
We'll stay on the cooking. What do you do? A lot of cooking during LARP games that we do? Live action role play. We've talked about this,
So for the one-shots that I do, a lot of times, if I'm hosting it, I will make small snacks for people. Turns out that Japanese cuisine tends to be one of the least offensive in terms of allergies, and is really easy to prep ahead of time. So I usually make like little sushi rolls, which, they can be vegan, they can have fish in them, they can not have fish in them. And it's a very simple yet flexible medium. Sometimes I'll make like little cookies or little breads, but at Dark Prospects, like, I'm so invested in my character. Like, I am completely gone. I'm just checked out, and my character psychology takes over completely, and she doesn't have a kitchen.
Right, and also who has time to cook when, you know, there are monsters. It's Sean o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. Sean o'clock.
Oh, have you not heard of Sean o'clock? No, we'll talk about that later.
Oh no, Sean the GM. Yeah. Yeah, it's Sean o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. So you also do crafting for LARPs.
Yes, I do.
What sort of things do you make?
Well, that is why I decided to wear part of my character outfit, because I made this hood that I'm wearing.
Oh.
Which, it's a scarf with a little hood on it, like that. And then, poor life choice, but I also made the bone and stone jewelry here.
Ooh.
And I made those out of completely natural materials that my character would have had access to in the wild. So it's coyote teeth, bobcat foot bones for the hook and loop closure in the back, and twisted sinew for the cord.
That's really awesome. Have you ever thought of doing any of that as like a hobby business?
I tried that. I hate dealing with clients.
That's fair.
Part of the problem is that I do have a full-time day job, and between that and actually playing LARPs and running things and hosting things, and then also, you know, wanting some downtime, I work so slow. Like, for myself, I can get through maybe 1 or 2 costumes a year. You know, and then I've been able to increase that by supplementing the stuff that I make with stuff that I either buy because I think it's pretty, or stuff that I find at a thrift shop that just works really well.
Right. Thrift store LARPing is a thing.
It absolutely is.
And a channel on its own, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Link in the description. So, what about cooking? Would you ever do that as like a YouTube channel?
My kitchen's really bad for it. Yeah, I mean, I do have a streaming setup at home, but you know, my desktop is in that side of the house, and my kitchen's in that side of the house, and then I have nowhere to mount a camera. But going back to cooking and LARPs, I do believe that people that Lyra likes may be able to look forward to some Arcadian treats.
That's exciting.
Because she's been feeling really down lately.
Oh, I'm not going to ask for spoilers on that.
No, no spoilers.
Do you have any other creative pursuits that you do? Or anything else you'd like to talk about?
Wow. I don't know. I think that many of the things that people do just in their day-to-day life could be considered creative pursuits. Like anything where you're making something, or, you know, working with your hands, and doing something maybe not necessarily the way that other people expect it to be done. You know, like at one point, the guys at the hardware store knew me as that person who comes in and never uses anything for its intended purpose.
That's most LARPers, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was when I was making, you know, big fancy cosplay props. I was like, I need 2-inch segments of PVC pipe. And they're like, nobody needs 2-inch segments of PVC pipe. What are you doing? And so then a couple months later, I actually brought it in. I'm like, this is why I needed 2-inch segments of PVC pipe. And they're like, whoa!
And what cosplay was that for?
That was for Jinx. That was actually my first cosplay that I revamped 3 times.
Awesome.
From League of Legends. That was my first costume ever in 2014.
Because we know what's in Alex's violin case. Violins. Alright, well, I am out of questions for now. So, again, we love to hear about what you've been creating while you were listening to this. I will share it with Alex and Asher so that they can join in that fun. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm still growing. There are 44 of you now, and I'm really happy to know all of you, and I would like to know you even better in the comments. So let's have a conversation and go make beautiful things.